Alnop, top left corner, has his black belt, of course. A thief, a red mage, and a white mage. Sforzando in the top right corner has the customary black belt. Fighter, a red mage, and a black mage. In Artea, the bottom left corner, has a black belt and a thief and a red mage, and I think I saw a second thief. And Sho Fukumachi in the bottom right corner has black belt, thief, red mage, white mage. So I see a lot of mages.
And I just saw the black magic shop, and we are not having level 1 spells at all at Corneria.
But early bridge is a factor, so no level 1 magic, not the greatest arms and armor available. The Iron Hammer's not bad for a start. Are you taking that early bridge, or are you going to head to TOF and look for those 3 chests?
I say TOF first, because you don't know what are those 3 containing. They could contain the Opal Bridge for all that matters.
They could, but if you find the Opal Bracelet now, I mean, if it's in TOF, you hope that people will double back when they get the ship anyway, right? So is it really a big deal if you get it now or after you get the ship?
If it's like, if I had like better shop options in the magic shop, I would go straight to the Provoca and get the ship. But since there's nothing available right now, I say we just go straight to the temple, see what they have.
And it sounds like your wisdom is what our runners are following. Sforzando, Shofukumachi, and Artea all at the gates of Temple of Fiends. We'll see what the first chests hold. Well, what we found is that spiders have poison.
That is not a good sign for anyone.
And the troll, $10. That's a pretty great start.
Run validated.
The Aegis Shield and the Opal Helmet, which are both completely useless because class change is forbidden. In order to win, you have to have a black belt with those 4 bracelets equipped and, on their person. And if you promote, that black belt's a master, and that's not going to work.
Yep. For this stage is definitely no class changes whatsoever. If you class change, you are pretty much saying you forfeit.
Chat pointed out, of course, you can cash in those items for loose change, but it's just not the same. But yes, very valid. It's worth a lot of money at the start of the game, and that'll help you kit out your party with whatever you can find for magic and equipment in this first few cities.
I just realized that imps have stun touch.
And Zalnop heading up there. Everybody else has declined to fight Garland himself, so they have to leg it back to Corneria. And with no effective black magic at the start, that's pretty much what you're gonna see.
Well, that's the thing. Your imps have slow 2 in their skill list.
Stun imps, slow 2 Gurimps. It's not the friendliest initial grind.
Question for you, Nitz. Will you go straight to Matoya right now?
For my money, it's a similar situation where once you've got the ship, you're going to head there anyway. So whatever you think is faster. With this party, if you've got the overworld manipulation items like tents and cabins, it's fine to me. I'm no expert in this by any stretch of the imagination, so I don't see it as being a game-winning or losing move one way or the other.
And too bad we won't see who's going to turn in the bottle now, because the bottle's in Corneria.
Sforzando reaches Matoya's cave. Curiosity unstoppable. And he finds a bunch of cash and a short sword. So, not what he was looking for, but a decent sword to start the game. Medium decent, let's be honest.
I agree with that. Ooh, I just realized Exalnov's party is down to 2 members left.
Sforzando doing a little manipulation in the desert on the way to Provoca. There's quite a few single-step encounter triggers, so that will allow them to do some manipulation later if they can take advantage of that.
And these wolves have poison touch as well. Jeez.
Yeah, the initial woodlands are a scary place for this this seed.
Good thing I'm not racing for this for today. I'm glad to stay out of this.
Yeah, you picked a good one to take a break. Alright, so let's see the Provoke a Magic Shop. In the White Magic, we've got Heal 3, but it's in the 3rd slot. And Black Magic, well, ooh, yeah. Pardon me, I had already forgotten that the levels were shuffled too. Nothing much useful there either.
Provoca is horrible for this seed.
And that gets us to, what do we got dealing with pirates? So the enemy scripts and of course everything are shuffled. We've already seen the effects of that. So these pirates could be pretty deadly. And without any AoE, this could be even worse.
I just hope there is no Thunder Pirates for this seed, because I don't want to be stuck grinding without AoE spells.
Yeah, especially with the encounters we've seen so far. You might get lucky and something isn't as deadly as everything else, but so far this has been a very hostile seed.
Speaking of strategy divergence, Artea's gonna do the two-man party.
Yeah, it's a typical Artea strategy to kill off a couple of his party members and allow the other ones to level up faster. And we'll see if in oh, just as I say this, he brings one back. We'll see if that strategy pays off when he's not really racing to defeat a boss, but just trying to scavenge for items like we were talking about earlier.
And I believe the pirates have stun touch as well, because I see Sorfarz's party lineup is like half his party is stunned already.
Yeah, he looks like he's having fits there, but the good news is they don't have any deadly AoE, or they haven't yet. They're hitting pretty hard, but his party's equipped with like meager weapons, so he's able to just cut them down. Pirates vanilla have very little health, just like imps, and they're usually quite easy. Even if they have double, it's still nothing to worry about. But when your entire party is paralyzed or dead, then all of a sudden they do become something to worry about.
I will be worried about Forza right now because his fighter is about to go down along with his black mage. Well,
This is
solo
a
red mage. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, no! No, not that. Oh, thank God.
Ah, he's had enough. He nopes out of that one. That was so close. His black wizard, or pardon me, black mage had killed like 4 of those pirates with a knife. I was pulling for him, but no. He has to reset out of that one. He's had enough. And now you wanted everybody...
I can't blame him for that at all.
No, it must have been painful to play as it was to watch. But now everybody fighting the pirates all at exactly the same time, and Artea says, enough of that, I'm gonna go grind.
But question is, what will you grind off of though? Because you don't have AoE items or spells.
Well, you're not gonna grind 3 mad ponies, so Sforzando has to reset out of that. This has just been awful.
It would be. It's gonna get worse because imagine if you had to do POP.
It's so funny. I had honestly anticipated that this seed would be, you know, something of a, we're just going to run around and look for things. But already it feels like we're under the gun. And I'm sure all these runners must be thinking, man, am I already behind? I'm struggling so much at the start. But they're all in exactly the same shoes that we're watching right now. And that was not something I expected.
Wait a minute, where was Rub?
Rub was level 1 in the Provoke a Magic Shop, I believe.
Oh, that means Artea got lucky, then we probably can like actually grind a little bit.
Oh, Crystal correcting me. He's made a liar out of me twice tonight so far. But that's okay. Somebody's got to, otherwise I'm just completely unhinged up here.
Being meanwhile, while everyone is grinding, where do you think our runners going to go next, everyone in the chat room, after they deal with the pirates?
Do you do the marsh cave even if it's not required, or only as a last resort?
For me, it's the last resort because I still have 2 free chests at Dwarf Cave before I had to go to that awful place.
Yeah, the conventional wisdom is marsh only if necessary, and as soon as you find your plot item, you tend to get out of there too. But this is just the sort of league race where taking a wild gambit and hoping the opal bracelet is someplace unusual may work, and you get to try like, you know, a dozen times over the next 2 weeks. So even if you and you take your best finish, so I wouldn't be surprised to see at least 1 or 2 people try some off-the-wall strategies.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if someone goes to ordeals, even or in Ice Cave for that matter, even though they're not required.
Yeah, all the more reason that it would be an unusual play, right? Because they're... But you're not really worried about the incentive items, you're worried about the opal bracelet, and it was never going to be incentivized anyway, so that's actually 1 extra chest that might contain it.
And don't forget, some of those chests are guarded by some weird enemies too, like for instance, it could be a volcano where the fires could guard it.
Alright, Sforzando finally defeats the pirates. They'll have to parlay and turn over the ship, and Shofu Komachi has done the same.
Now the question is, will Forza go straight to the dwarf, or is he gonna go straight to March?
See, I think at this point, because we haven't seen any of the other bracelets used there, you don't have to worry about not being the first person to grab opal. If you're going to do both, if you're going to go to Marsh and Dwarf, it doesn't matter if it's in the second one, because nobody's going to be like all the way to the end. You'll just be a short bit behind.
It could be the worst, because it could be TNT required if it's forced to be dealt to that point.
Absolutely. And if you go to the wrong place, like a couple unnecessary chests in Marsh, you might find something that saves you some time, like one of the other bracelets, for example. Taylor doubling back into the white magic shop in Cornelia. And then checks out Rub again at level 2.
Gold bracelet at Dwarf Cave.
I bet when he saw the bracelet icon, his heart skipped for a second, but it's the gold bracelet.
So that's 1 down for Show and Forza.
And not only that, it also has 24 absorb and can be equipped by anybody, so it's a pretty great item by its own right.
And let's see if Elfland has one of the other bracelets in the shop.
Zalnop heading to Dwarves will certainly be happy to find his gold bracelet too, but it looks like the next stop is going to be the Marsh Cave.
Is Artea grinding? No, he's going to take out Garland, never mind. And Garland had just less than 40 HP.
Nice quick kill for the teleport back to Cornelia. It actually did end up saving time. Like, if Rub kept missing and his thieves kept missing, that could have really cost him a minute or two, but no, it worked out. Yeah,
Ooh,
level
1 Quake.
$25. That's the right price right there. If you got somebody that can cast it, you're going to be spamming that. Sforzando has a couple of casters. I can imagine that the ground's going to be a little shaky wherever he goes.
Question in chat: is the goal still to finish, or are they done? Are they done once they equip the rings? It's basically once they equip the rings, they are done, and they have to show on the armor screen.
Yeah, just to clarify, you don't actually have to equip them. In fact, you can't even. You just have to have a black belt with all 4 of them in their inventory. 1 copper, 1 silver, 1 gold, 1 opal. Open up the armor screen and done. So at that point, the race is immediately over. It's been a while since we've actually had a Chaos race, but we'll have them throughout the rest of the Final Fantasy Randomizer League season after this stage.
At least this stage can be very short or very long, depending on how the seed is dealt. And everyone's heading to the Marsh Cave right now.
Most stopping to avail themselves of the cheap Quake.
Was there anything in the armor shop?
Sforzando heads in there right now. Gold bracelets for $5,000. You don't need one, but it is a good piece of gear. I don't know if anyone has $5,000 though.
Not in this seed right now. It's too shortage. Speaking of the undead cave, here comes the freaking guys. And Surprise says, no thank you.
Artea's getting into a bit of a showdown with his red mage and a couple of mad ponies here.
I hope he stayed before he got into the counter.
Yeah, I would have expected him to nope out a while ago. Look, there he goes.
Meanwhile, Sho is in the cave.
Heads to the upper room, finds the ruby.
The trolliest possible item in the whole cave.
Indeed it does. That could imply a ruby-locked floater and an even longer game, so buckle up, folks. We have no idea what we're in for now.
Oh please, no more Earth Cave. I'm tired. Oh god. Skills have Quad X.
Well, you know, sometimes you get this game, and sometimes the game gets you. And the trolling continues between the gold bracelet, the opal helmet, the opal shield. We're banging all around it, but we haven't found what we're looking for yet.
Can someone cue the Legends of the Hidden Temple music, please? Because we need it. Oh, and the floater! Wow!
Did he just reset out?
He did, because I think he's just gonna get the floor and get out. Well, this is gonna be interesting, folks, because you have the floater in your hands. I say Sho is gonna go to Cardi Island once he gets the gets the canoe.
Right. So it's got the floater, but still trapped in the inner sea.
And this encounter is not even that much friendlier either.
Now we got Scums with Quad X, we've got the floater in the top part of the Marsh Cave, and we still have to go elsewhere because we need something to get us through here and out into the wide world.
Magius, we have early floater in our hands, and we found the gold bracelet at Dwarf Cave.
As Ed just pointed out in the stream, early floater opens up so many crazy gambles. Chitin, what does that mean to you? What are you thinking he's getting at?
If it was me, and if I have floater and the canoe already in my hands, I will go straight to every town possible.
Are we talking about checking out the magic shops and the armor shops, or NPCs. Can you be more specific for maybe people that don't know the game as well?
Specifically, the armor shop right now, especially for this stage, because you can buy the copper, the silver, and the gold bracelet. But also, that opens up another 4 islands, which they called Cardia Islands, or in community here for FF1R, we call it the Zardia Islands.
Yeah, the Cardia or Zardia Islands, as we often call them, are a collection of encounter-free areas where you can talk to dragons and learn about the ancient history of the world, and also it's full of chests so you can walk up and swipe. A popular destination after you have the airship in the Final Fantasy Randomizer.
Well, Forza just got his ruby.
Yeah, we keep talking about what we're going to do when we get the floater. This marsh cave has been nasty.
Yeah, this is why the cave is called Ambush Cave for a reason, and this proves it.
It's just about impossible to get in there and get out, even if you know what you're looking for. And we still have to go down to the basement to find the quest item that will get us out of the inner sea.
I'm probably happy that I'm like glad I didn't take this seat at all. Otherwise, I'll been raging quit. And Bones have mute.
As Musical Dork has so eloquently pointed out in the channel, that would be the ultimate troll for the opal bracelet to be in the vanilla Massmoon chest. The other brutal thing about that is that it's quite possible that these runners may opt out of defeating the fiends, assuming that it'll be earlier than that. And if they do that, and clear out every single chest before TOFR, they will then crestfallen realize that they have to go back and kill them. So let's hope that happens to somebody, but the other part of me is like, let's hope it doesn't take that long.
Yeah, because... Oh, and Edge just pointed out that Bones have thunder as well. Oh my goodness.
Ah, Shofukumachi's almost made it to the bottom floor. This is really something.
And this undead pack is not letting anyone go to that far.
So at what point do you stop and say, you know what, I think I'm going to grind a couple more levels before I dive back in here, because I've died like 6 times without getting to the basement?
I'd say it's as soon as I saw something that can instant kill me, I was like, I don't need to grind like crazy.
Is there a number you put in your head, or do you just sort of go on a hunch, or are you targeting something?
I just go on a hunch because what are the odds of if it goes even worse and worse deep down in Marsh Cave with this kind of seed right now.
It's just ridiculous. Bones with mute.
And they don't even talk in real life, for goodness sake.
No, you just get scared silent, just staring at them.
Unless you're pointing out the Zelda cartoon version of the skeletons, yeah, they can talk.
Sforzando is steps away from the basement, and I think he's... Oh, Zelnop is there too.
He's in along with Show, and let's see what they pull out. And arachnids have poison touch as vanilla.
Nah, somebody had to, in a seed like this. He's well prepared, he's got quite a few pures and a good stack of heals.
And these crawls hit like crazy.
Ah, Ice Sword. A huge upgrade for anyone that can wield it. In this case, it's going to be a red mage.
And gargoyles are hitting hard right now. Right? Because I just saw the dead thief just take it.
Show just burning through chests, trying to get in, get out with his life. Without any exit or warp, this is just as deadly on the way out too.
Oh, I just hope Show doesn't go after the wizards right now.
It could be vanilla. There's only 1 or 2 chests left before that.
It's looking like it might be required to kill the wizards.
For anyone unfamiliar with the progression in this game, there's 1 treasure chest down here that is surrounded with a trap tile that has an enemy called wizards that have ridiculous physical defense, strong attacks, and they have a vulnerability to lightning, which is probably their only weakness. And you don't want to fight them with a party that doesn't have a lot of lightning magic, and that's kind of the situation that our runners may find themselves in.
And bones can make people go to sleep as well. What the crud is going on with this seed?
At this point, I think Sforzando's happy they just have Fire 1.
Yeah, but it still does lethal damage, though. 40 damage off the bat from the red mage.
Looks like Sho noped all the way back out after checking all the other chests now that he knows that it's the vanilla wizard chest that remains, just to give his party as much of a shot as he could of getting down there with everything they've got.
Yeah, the problem is, you know what that chest could contain, right?
Everybody's favorite flavor of ice cream?
Nope. The TNT is gonna be guarded.
Could be the crown.
Yeah, but the odds of that are very slim compared to TNT.
This is true.
If it's crown, then oh boy, then Assa's gonna be a big pain in the butt to deal with.
And now Artea shows up with a few more levels, so we'll see if his advanced party has a better go of it, or if it's just the spells and it doesn't matter.
By the way, Forza is down to his black mage and he's trying to nope out the scums.
It's so sad to see a black mage at this point without any area of effect magic. Like, that is pretty rare in a typical magic shuffle where you keep the levels of the shops. But in this flag, when the shops get shuffled too, all of a sudden, though the likelihood of there being a low-level AoE spell is still the same, the likelihood of it being in one of the first 4 shops, of course, decreases, and you end up in a situation like this.
It hurts me so much if I see this kind of scene when I race.
And then as soon as you get to Melman, they have, 4 level 1 and 2 spells, like Nuke and everything you could possibly have asked for.
And I'll be like, come on, game, you just have to hold me on this?
Now, we know that nobody has got out of here with a progression item that we're following yet. I haven't been looking off stream. I've been actually quite enraptured with what we've got in front of us. But if you're one of these people, and they're all in about the same place, near the bottom floor of Marsh, are you thinking to yourself, I'm in first? Or are you thinking to yourself, I am so far behind?
More likely, I'm gonna be saying, I'm gonna be far behind and I need to rush up faster. Man, this Marsh cave is, I've never seen this much brutality since the tournament.
This is truly savage, and it's been in keeping with the seed as a whole. Here we go.
By the way, here we go. Forza with the wizards.
And they have trance. Ah, man, that's just ugly.
Oh, this is good. This is not gonna be fun for anyone who's gonna deal with these wizards. Oh, this is. Oh, shoot! Wizards have Glare as well.
And Scorch. And strong physical attacks. And, yeah. I think anyone who sees that is gonna have to nope out and rethink their life and how they're gonna tackle this, because that is an awful mandatory battle.
Meridian, they do not have any of the lightning spells at all.
I don't even know if there were any damage spells, but I didn't look too closely for the level ones.
The last spell I saw that was offensive was actually fire.
Platypus pointing out they have A-Lit, so they do sort of have something that's kind of like a lightning spell. I'm not sure if A-Lit counts as lightning spell, Platypus. I tried.
It doesn't, because it's like, it's anti-lightning. That's like anti-Tiamat strats.
Yeah, shut down. I'm sorry, I tried. At this point, I'm almost starting to feel bad for the runners that I know don't know what they're in for. Like, Artea's got half a party, and he's heading down to the basement, and he's thinking to himself, maybe I can just get in and get out. And we're sitting here thinking, I don't know if that's going to work, so let's wait and see if he has better luck than everybody else.
And the worst thing is, imagine, because we know there's like, I think 15 racers right now.
Well, I was right. He didn't have a chance. He just got XXSX'd by a couple of scums.
Wait, Nit's question is, Wizards hittable by Quake?
I think you got a slim chance. I don't know if off the top of my head, if they resist Earth, but I don't see people trying it very often, so my guess is it's not good. Can chat do the research on that? What's your chances of quaking a wizard?
This is when I wish Arte was in the chat room so we can know the exact cause of it. Oh! Speaking of, our creator for the randomizer, Introvert just informed us that, according to FFR, they don't resist Earth.
No, I didn't think they resisted it, but they have very high likelihood of not being killed by just about anything, to my knowledge. So it could be part of magic defense and so on.
Yeah, according to Fowler, he said he only quaked one of them, not all.
Anecdotal evidence for the win.
Ooh, fun fact for you, Nits. 96 matches defense on those wizards.
Now we just need to know the accuracy of Quake, which I also don't know. And then you can add that to 148 or so, roughly. I can't remember that number either. And then subtract the 96, and then generate a random number between 0 and 200. And if you come underneath it, they're dead.
Oh, actually, Artea is grinding at POP, and he's ran into 4 zombies. Let's see what they got. Oh, they have lightning too.
Well, he tried. Huh? He got one. It's funny to watch, but no, this is one of the trolliest seeds I've seen in the time that I've been part of this community. To be completely honest, this is brutal.
Oh no. If you want brutal, the first showcase was brutal enough at TOFR. It was like the most longest seed I've seen in a while.
TOFR is a long time from now. We might not even get there. The opal bracelet could be just out of reach in the first floor of the Earth Cave or something like that, and we might not know for like another hour.
I think Artea found a grinding spot. He might be grinding on Frostwolves.
Or Frostwolves are grinding on him. Sforzando making another sprint for it. It's like, you know, piling everything up in a car and making a beeline for the border. You just gotta blow the checkpoint and get through to the other side with your life, and maybe not. We'll see what happens when he gets to the wizards.
Yeah, but the thing is, they bear hope for like less than 3 wizards in the encounter. This grind is gonna be the worst of the worst I've seen.
Ah, so Zalnop's party with the White Mage. He's got some harm for. He just needs to get everything to line up where he can take on the Zombols, take advantage of the harm for, and grind some serious levels that way.
The only problem is, harm for doesn't work on trolls.
Hopefully it falls into a crack and is terminated. That's not gonna happen.
Nope.
Oh man, that's terrible. They've got pretty nasty magic too.
And this is the debut of a race, and this is how bad it is right now. Oh my goodness. This is like the trolliest I've seen in a long while.
Yeah, if you're thinking about joining the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, as you can see, this game is a total piece of cake, and you'll just waltz right in and have no challenge with it whatsoever. And that's
oh, Forza got lucky. Forza got
a
lucky.
Chance.
Oh please, no more trancing.
Oh, he's got a shot here. Oh, we got one. All right, his hat's back up. He's got double shots at Quake. Here it is. Got him! Yes!
Nice.
Now can he get
Progress.
out? That's only halfway there.
Yeah, I was right. I was right. TNT was at the spot.
Now, just gotta make a dash for it.
Oh please, Forza, get out of there while you can. No more scums.
He really found a big hole in the encounter table. He's all the way back to the top floor without a single fight. Oh, there's a scum that can kill his party instantly.
Oh, he's going for it.
Oh, no. There it is.
No! All that hard work.
That is a spectacular death.
Meanwhile, at the POP grinding, Arteas is going against Prosperous, and I think he's about to go down, and he resets. I'm thinking the grinding on POP might be the best answer right now, because I think you're better off grinding on the Frostwolves at this rate, especially if you can't deal with Wizards at this point.
Yeah, there's level 5 fade charges too, actually, that were available. I see on Zalnop's White Mage, and he's just waiting to get to level 12. Pardon me, he's got one.
And he has level 3 heal 3, so that'll help.
Yeah, if this Marsh Cave continues to repel everybody else's advances the way it's been doing, all of a sudden those charges of fade could be a big-time game changer when he gets down there.
Tyro!
Oh no. Oh no. Toxic Tyro, go to sleep.
Tyro's, you don't anger the Tyro. That's rule number 1.
Yeah, that Tyra was not to be trifled with. The courtesy cast of Fade to do 117 damage and then just good night. It's becoming of what you would expect from this seed now. I just assume every enemy has some sort of AoE instant death attack, and most of them do.
And we know who rolled this seed, so we cannot say the name right now.
Shofu Komachi gets a Quake off. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. Quake.
Oh, come on, Show. Come on, Show.
Good night. Now, can he beat the odds and get out of here with his life? If so, he'd be the first.
Good thing he brought those heal potions with him, otherwise he wouldn't be able to survive.
And like Sforzando, he's also found the huge gaping hole in the encounter table that allows him to get all the way down and back out. Very few fights, but he's going to run into one very soon. There it is.
Well, at least Show's gonna get out, because right now he's dealing with shadows.
Yeah, but what's behind the shadows?
They were not doing anything threatening, to be honest, except they hit hard.
Sforzando unlucky, everybody got paralyzed when he encountered the wizards. His fighter very briefly recovers from paralysis before being instantly slain. How y'all doing tonight? Can we get some wizard facts? I feel like we might not get to Agamas, so we should probably inform people about wizards because we're seeing a lot of them so far.
By the way, Show just got out.
He's out! He's out and he's saved! Oh, it must have felt good to reset and be out of the marsh cave with the TNT and the floater.
Now the question is, will you go straight to Crescent Lake first, or you go stop at Belmont to see what they have?
Yeah, I don't think either play is wrong. Melmont's pretty much on the way.
Plus, it's a quick check to see what the armor shop could be packing.
Yeah, at this point, he's just skipping through the woods like the Wizard of Oz. You're out of the woods, you're out of the snow. He's happier than anyone, and I'm sure he's probably got a hunch that, you know, nobody's dot done or anything, so I might be in the lead here. I finally got out of that death trap.
Ah, we got a wizard pack right here. Their name is to scare people due to their not being able to cast spells.
And Sforzando takes him down, as he has done before. But again, can he get out?
Oh, we got actually we got a few forfeits here right now, actually.
Well, that's to be expected, let's be honest. You've got a dozen chances to race this stage. There's really no need to put yourself through this. But if you do, you've earned my respect.
So the people who are forfeit so far is A-Dog, Broadster, Zarnex42, Files, Zardia right now because he just spammed the chat just now. Let's see. Yeah, those are the only forfeits right now.
Is there anybody off stream that has escaped the inner sea, as Show is about to do?
I can't tell you right now, actually, because I'm just looking at the hex chat on this one.
Wizard fact. Wizards are indeed the larval form of Agamas.
I disagree with that fact. Because I know for a fact that wizards are tyros.
Well, perhaps Tyro is just an advanced form of Agula. And Sho is breathing in the salty, briny air west of the canal. Very exciting. And it looks like he is going to Moment.
Let's see if Melman was holding out the good spells.
First up, let's look for bracelets. Nothing doing.
But there is pro rings in that shelf, so that's a good absorb spy. There's the exit spell.
There's exit. Even a level 5 lit 2 would have helped. He's not picking up anything there. I don't think he had the cash. And now he's going to get the canoe, and then he's going to get the floater, and...
Yeah, and he's just gonna fly.
Yeah,
I don't blame him. He's gonna be flying all over the world.
After the frustrations at the bottom of the marsh cave, he deserves a good little vacation. I think he's going to fly around the world a couple times before he even bothers looking for bracelets.
By the way, our Teo stream is down to thieves.
I mean, this is just sort of fun recreation before you reset, I guess. And Sho, Sforzando must have not made it out of the marsh cave because I just saw him once again pick up the TNT. I admire the willingness to go on, to keep going. Man, how many times has he beaten those wizards and then died on the way out?
Shows in the Crescent Lake. Let's see where he's to see in the armor. Survey says there's a copper bracelet.
Boom, done. So, you're going to pick up the floater. You're going to head down to that desert and get the airship. And then you're going to probably tour around and do all the easy chests. It's already got Isles, the Titan's Trove there in the back door. Where are you going next, Gaiten, if it were you?
I think Cardia Islands. There are no questions answered.
Oh, pardon me. I meant after the freebies.
If after freebies, I would say maybe to Volcano.
Just the treasure chest density there?
Yeah, either that or if I'm good enough, Ice Cave, but I would because this undead pack is not fun for the seed.
And Sho takes to the skies. Destination 1, probably the Titan's Trove. Maybe grab the rod, just in case. Maybe not.
Nope, just the 4 easy chests. There's no feeding. Slab.
Yeah, the slab's in there, which doesn't bode well.
He could take the Mirage. He could take the Mirage gamble.
At this point, that seems so risky. But, I mean, he doesn't know he's in the lead. Only we know that. So we've got the benefit of being able to look down and say, do the easy thing. Go to where all the chests are. Don't do anything crazy yet. But maybe he thinks he's got to catch up. Try something unusual.
And of course he's gained the rod as well.
Sforzando again into the marsh cave must have failed on the way out. That is just terrifically bad luck. Sho right back to Melmond. Interesting that he's discarding all of those things instead of just selling them, but I guess none of them are worth too much. And he is going to translate the slab.
I can't believe he's gonna do this. He is gonna dive into Mirage.
Translating the slab doesn't necessarily mean he's going to chime his way into the Mirage. But, yeah, there we go. Stardew Islands. Nothing in the first one. But, a couple more.
Ice Harbor's not that bad, though.
Oh, that's true. Is that a huge pile of cash? A small pile of cash, and a ribbon's pretty good if this runs on long.
Ribbon's not that bad either, because you never know if you had to end up defeating the Fiends to find the Opal.
You mentioned the Ice Armor's not that bad. I assume you mean it'll fetch a high price. He doesn't have anyone that can equip it. But he's got the ability to drop some bombs now with Fire 3, so... Party just got a lot better with the magic injection.
Power bonk.
A lot of pretty decent gear here that all hinges on how long is this seed going to go? Is the opal right around the corner, or is it going to be buried?
Well, Cardia Irons became a bust, so there's no good bracelets, but you got the power bonk as a reward.
And a ribbon. And if you're new to Final Fantasy 1 or the Randomizer, and I think this item has kept its powers in many of those sequels, the ribbon protects against all elements. And that's particularly important in this game because it cuts down on all of that AoE damage.
Oh, there's your lit 3.
At level 1 for $1.25. He'll take that. And Warp was level 8, so he won't be taking that. And Cure 4 at level 2. Nice little stop here at Gaia. And what do we got here? And this silver bracelet. So he's all stacked up now. Is he gonna grab some chain for the red mage? I guess if you got the money. Cash in the ice armor.
If I was Show right now, I would say go straight to the Fane and get it over with.
It's so much time. That's exactly what Fuchsia Fantasy is doing, who has joined us in the top left stream, getting bumped in due to obviously having some measure of success. Heal 2, level 1, level 3 XXX, level 2 Bane. So...
I will take the Bane immediately, just in case for emergency's sake.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with AoE instant death. Poison element works on lots of stuff.
Especially if it's Astos.
And grabbing the chime, so... Fuchsia, like Show, enjoying the benefits of first-class air travel, hitting all the hotspots. The real question is, what's the next destination after the obvious stuff? There's level 2 nukes somewhere that Fuchsia found as well.
I'm guessing that's probably at where the Sea Shrine is.
Yeah, the on-rack magic shop's the one we haven't seen on stream yet. But the seed is sort of playing out the way that you might have expected. They got all the cheap, easier bracelets first, and now it has devolved into just a straight-up, like, throw a dart at the world map, where are we going to find the opal kind of adventure, and that's kind of exciting because anyone can go a different place.
Question is, who's gonna make the gambles at the Mirage first? Oh, it shows this side. You go for the treasure density at the volcano.
Another nice choice about Volcano is that it's actually not that hard, right? Like the Mirage Tower and the Sea Shrine are a bit deadlier.
Meanwhile, I believe someone needs switch to the stream right now.
Yeah, Fuchsia Fantasy is in, and in the top left. Oh, and in the top right, it looks like another one's joining. I'll include that in once we got the new name. Quicklet's coming in, also in Volcano.
Joe has not found any bracelets yet, but he's gonna run away from this worm. All he gets for it is a pro ring.
Nothing wrong with the Pro Ring, best piece of hand armor in the game, but it's not an opal bracelet. Bracelets are not hand armor. Bracelets are body armor, by the way, if you're confused by my previous statement.
Which doesn't make sense because the bracelet's supposed to be on the wrist.
Yeah, wrist, hand, I see it.
But not as a body armor.
Perhaps not, but this game does sort of borrow a lot of its mechanics and sort of concepts from Dungeons & Dragons, where spellcasters couldn't really wear much in the way of body armor. So I guess that's where they came up with cloth and bracelets.
Oh, that answers one question in my mind right now. Would you turn in the crown?
Yes, sorry, it slipped right past the radar. I'm thinking, crown, don't need that crown, but it does unlock tons of chests, and they're all pretty easy to get to. So we might have to pay that kindly old king a visit, because he was asking about that.
It brings up a good point. It could be crown locked.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, getting the Mystic Key opens up a few extra doors. God forbid we have to go back down into that godforsaken marsh cave, but there's 3 chests down there that it could be in. There's the magical and wonderful crown-locked sea chest room in the Sea Shrine, which has but 1 treasure chest in it, and it could be in there. And of course, there's tons of treasure chests just around that are easy to get to and key locked. So it's a nice, easy play, and with Carrie out of the way, that's exactly what Quicklet's going to go do, I betcha.
I say turn it into crown and just destroy the king right now. If I was in Quicklet's shoes, because Astos is kind of like, in vanilla he's rough. We all know that for a fact. But in Rando, he might be a paperweight.
Yeah, and your party now's got plenty of weapons, so you just throw everything in the kitchen sink at him and it should be over. Oh my goodness. It's Astos.
Let's see what he's packing today.
He's gonna be packing a nuke up the... Yeah, it's all over. Bet he didn't expect to be irradiated on his throne. And with that, Quicklet has the crystal and he'll be off to complete the Crown series of fetch quests.
Funny thing is, I remember that I actually banned Astos during a race, and it was ridiculously hard to land on.
One of the wonderful parts of the Final Fantasy Randomizer is that some parts of the original game can be just as hard, or the opening in this seed could be much harder. But other parts are often very easy, and if Astos gave you a lot of trouble as a young child, you can certainly return that favor now, where he is almost always one-shotted by some over-leveled party. And we quickly play messenger and deliver the cure to the prince, wake him up and get the Mystic Key. This quest was designed in the vanilla game to be completed by the ship, so it's supposed to take a little longer, but with the airship you can just kind of zoom around and get it done in a hurry.
Yeah. Well, nothing in Elfland.
Back to Northwest Castle. 3 more chests there. And we got 6 in Corneria and 3 more in Temple of Fiends.
Don't forget that big chest density at the Dwarf Cave.
Yeah, they're holding out on us in those dwarves.
No opals yet.
And Fuchsia does dive into the Mirage Tower, already on the 2nd floor, rummaging around. Doesn't look like much. Bit of a bust.
Meanwhile, Quicklet is about to get his Dwarf Cave chests.
And we're joined by Ice Blue in bottom left. Pro Ring and a light axe. He's not feeling it. Resets right back to his airship.
And here comes Corneria Castle for Quicklet.
Another opal item, but not a bracelet. And then the opal armor. And then the opal shield.
Cornelia is trolling today. Why?
This is incredible.
Everything but the bracelet is missing from that chest.
Spectacular. And we even found the gold bracelet earlier too. The game's like, huh? It's like it knew.
Ooh, but Quicklet's going for that sexy TOF with the remaining 2 chests.
Yeah, they're trap tiles too, so these take a while, but you gotta check them. Could be in here. The upper room's also a bit of a pain in the neck because the trap tiles you have to step on the way back out as well, unless you have some sort of exit. Fuchsia's had enough of Mirage Tower. I believe she cleaned it out, but no opal bracelets, so not much exciting in there. We'll see where she heads next.
Nothing but a ribbon for in the TOF lock chest.
Ice Blue bought the bottle, opened her up, went and visited the ferry. We'll retrieve the Oxy Ale, so we'll see. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna head into Sea Shrine. So we've got like 4 runners in 4 different places now.
I'm guessing Ice Blue's gonna gamble on the mermaids for this seed.
Yeah, the mermaids have a pretty good trove of treasure too, and that is the vanilla location of the opal bracelets. So after all these items being all over the place, wouldn't it be beautiful if the opal bracelet was almost in the vanilla location? Magus 1 throws out there, calling it now, Marsh Cave. That was my guess, Magus, before the seed began. I said Marsh Cave. We'll see. An interesting sort of routing divergence. When rummaging through Volcano, we saw, was it Quicklet that actually defeated Carrie to get out of there? But it looks like Show is going to backtrack out instead.
Yeah, but Quicklet right now is in the ice cave while Ice Boo's in the sea shrine visiting the mermaids.
Oh yeah, and Fuchsia Fantasy is up in Gaia, rummaging through their magic and weapon shops. It's actually a pretty good set of equipment there for them.
Oh, and Ice Boo just ran into 3 ghosts, which is not a good... Oh, they have poison!
Ooh, nasty. Is he gonna get away? No, he's done. Sea Shrine says, try again.
Ice Boo trying again, and he ran into sea snakes. Well, quickly the same. He just ran away from sorcerers.
With everything else being so deadly, the ice cave has to be at least a bit of a breather, right?
Unless you had to deal with the undead.
Oh, we got
And
wraiths that hit
Wra-
like buses with
What?
poison
Oh,
touch.
what? This is glorious.
Oh boy,
Ooh.
This-
Oh, good God.
it's just wraiths everywhere you turn. You run away from them, and they're right there again. All right, Ice Blue.
Show
Ice-
stopping by at Northwest Castle. Ice Blue's just checking chests everywhere.
He's in mermaids. Show visited the kindly old king only to find out that it was Astos all along.
It's looked like in like that sea shrine mermaid size could be a bust.
Couple more chests. Couple more chests. 26 grand. $14,000. Maybe just find someone that can make you an opal bracelet.
Or it could be worse. Crack inside of the shrine.
The tail, that's gonna be super useful as a decoration to hang on the wall. Quicklit at the bottom of ice. Somebody's got to find something somewhere. It has to be somewhere. This is spectacular. Having everything but the opal bracelet is sort of like being in go mode. When you find it, it's over. And so any one of these runners could basically win at any second when they open the correct chest. They're all thinking, am I ahead? Am I behind? Where haven't I been? Where have I been? And yet, all we know for sure is that nobody's got it yet.
Meanwhile, Ice Blue's heading to Waterfall.
And Files is telling us that he thinks it's an ordeal. Silver bracelet in mermaids. I didn't see that the first time around.
Okay, that's not terrible with the silver bracelet, but we need the opal.
Files admitting it was just a guess. It's okay, Files. We knew it was just a guess.
Well, you can't blame Files because he is the master of ordeals.
Ice Blue's almost made his way through the waterfall.
Question is the eye guarding the opal bracelet?
Quicklet almost finished the ice cave. Just a few more chests and then drop into the last one.
At least he has defense sword and Thor hammer.
Thor hammer's alright. One of those casting items. And here's the eye guarding what is normally the floater chest. We know it's not going to be the floater, so maybe it'll be the opal bracelet. Eye goes down. And it's cash.
Gold. Pure gold troll.
He resets right back up to his airship, not even going to waste any time, doesn't want anything to do with Ice Cave.
Meanwhile, Ice Blue in the waterfall. Let's see what the treasures he's got from there.
And Silver Gauntlet. Nothing. He resets out, doesn't even want the cube. Let's, we'll see if that comes back to haunt him.
Unless he's baking it on Earth Cave.
Nobody's been to Earth that we've seen. Nobody's been to ordeals that we've seen. Nobody's been to the bottom of Marsh.
In Troper, he just resetted it to get out without the cube.
Yeah, there's no exit or warp to speak of, so I guess he didn't like his fanciest chances retreating, so he just took the easy way out. Fuchsia poking through Sea Shrine with more detail. Looks like full clear is in order, so we'll see if the opal is somewhere in there.
If it is, Icepool's gonna regret it.
Yeah, he just did the easy thing to check the mermaids and get out, because there's a lot of unrunnables in here with wizards, sahags, and sahags, and other things that can bog you down, but so far it hasn't proven to be too deadly for Fuchsia.
But these lobsters could be a problem if they hit hard, and they do for 130 max.
Luckily, we got some Ice 3. Oh my! Well, luckily we have Ice 3 to Lit 3 to half kill them.
We have not seen any light spells, right?
I haven't. Did anybody in chat happen to notice where Life or Life 2 ended up?
I've seen nothing in chat so far. Ooh, and Pete's have the stone glance.
And Ghosts have Fire 2 Barbecue. The always unrunnable. Everybody hates Ghosts, especially when they fire to you and wipe your party halfway down the Sea Shrine. So nobody's done ordeals yet that we've been... It's funny because this came up too. Like, you gotta do something different. Go to places where nobody else goes. It's like, well, everybody goes to ordeals, so I'm gonna skip it. And now, literally, nobody has gone there. Or to...
By the way, Sho is at Earth, and he just found a ribbon.
Yeah, nobody's in Earth except Sho, who is in Earth.
Ooh, and both know heat.
And he was happy enough to actually retreat out instead of resetting out before going back in. So he likes his ribbon.
Well, I can't blame him for that. That protects me for every element.
Max Plus Pie says 3 ribbons. Is that pretty enough? And nah, they don't glisten. They're not even metallic. I mean, like, if you drop a ribbon in like a mud puddle, oh, never get that out.
No opal bracelet in the second floor of Earth.
Quickly is quickly rifling through the mermaid's private possessions, but we know he's not going to find what he's looking for. Now my eyes are...
And Fuchsia's gonna be disappointed right now once he figures out that figures out that the treasure chest in here was not worth it.
No, and we'll see if Fuchsia decides to take the cube for her trouble. I'm not sure if... I'm going on the party composition with the she comments. I'm not sure. Don't know Fuchsia.
Meanwhile, Sho's bowing the Earth elemental, and I don't know what the Earth has right now.
And quickly discovers that these ghosts are not Casper the Friendly Ghost. They are nasty. But, looks like he's got some more ribbons. They weren't able to instantly kill his whole party.
Well, it's all up to the vampire room floor. See if the Opal is being guarded.
Thanks. Edge points out that life was level 7 in Gaia, which pretty much seals it off because there's no class promotions.
Oh, that is sad.
But it is in keeping with the theme of this race so far, which is just a giant deal with it to the runners. Platypus chimes in, Artea is out of Marsh Cave. Oh boy. I'm sure he'll have a wonderful story to tell if we get him into the chat later. But that is much later.
We know what Artea's gonna say.
But it's how he says it.
Yeah, and it's glorious to its fullest.
You know, we joke he might set sail for Ordeals, or take off for Ordeals in the airship. I think the early airship pushed people away from Ordeals because it's the most pain-in-the-butt place to fly to.
Oh, we got something. We got update on the second life spell. Life spell to level 8 and on rack.
Also, not going to be making any appearances in this race. Quicklet goes to the C room with the Mystic Key. Ah, $49,000. You don't know how badly I wanted that to be the Opal bracelet. And Quicklet just resets out of C shrine.
Meanwhile, Sho is about to head to the vampire soon.
Yeah, he's taking the time to full clear Earth, which is something that people almost never have to do because, you know, in your general routing of this game, the Earth Cave is often one of the last ones you clear out. You're often in go mode before you even get there. If you're not looking for any particular piece of gear, you just blow through the place, but not today.
By the way, Fuchsia might be on their way to Mirage Tower at this rate?
I think Fuchsia dove Mirage Tower earlier, and if they left Waterfall with the cube, they're going all the way up.
Well, Fuchsia does have the cube on them.
So yeah, the most interesting right now is Sho in Earth, which we don't know anything about. Fuchsia on our way to Sky Castle, which we also don't know anything about. Either one could be the right play.
And we both know that Sea Shrine and Volcano was a bust. Yeah, this race is super interesting at this rate.
Yeah, I was ready to write this stage off, and I owe Maya an apology. This has been thrilling. It's edge of your seat the whole time, because it's going to be over in an instant.
I say this stage is better than the first two stages we had been dealt with.
Question from the chat. What is up with Quicklet's feed? Answer from commentators. I have no idea.
Oh, and Sho done.
Oh, that's it.
Sho is done
Well, he's
at the SRL time of 1 hour and 18 minutes and 53 seconds.
GG Sho. And there you go. It was in Earth. Floater be darned. So we'll see if we can get them in for a little post-mortem chit-chat. I now feel a bit bad for Fuchsia, heading all the way to the Sky Castle, gonna try and full clear the place. Looks like the Opal was in the small chest before the Vampire Max Plus, yep.
And we got forfeit right now. We got forfeit from Salty Fry.
This is one of those things where if you haven't checked a lot yet, it could easily take you another hour to find it. So you're going to get most of your whole chaos point at this point. On the other hand, if you're someone like Fuchsia, who really just has to finish off Sky Castle and go back to Earth, then you're definitely sticking around, because you might also be thinking, I'm really close, I've checked just about everything, maybe it's up here. So we'll definitely see a few people sticking around because they don't have much to go.
And Sho said he'll come in. He just needs a second to recuperate.
Can't blame him. That was like, pretty thrilling.
Meanwhile, who's gonna replace Sho in the stream right now? That's the question. Ooh,
like...
it's Figaro. And by the way, I can tell from his screen, he is at Sea Shrine.
Quicklit's still in there. They're working their way through it. Sea Shrine has that awful unrunnable that often has like 9 Sahags in it. Combination of red and wizards. But they don't seem to be too bad this time, because most of the parties now have the magic deal with them. We've got Ice Blue in the volcano. We know that's not going to get him anywhere, but he's probably going to make sure he doesn't miss anything.
I don't blame him for that at all, because like you never know what's going to be in the chest.
Edge Figaro has just encountered his not so Casper the Friendly Ghost with Fire 2. They're just barbecuing him. Probably have to reset out of this one. Oh yeah, 2 hits for 270.
Welcome, Sho. GG.
Hello, thank you very much.
Very nice. Earth Cave, who would have thought?
Well, not me, that's for sure. But, I mean, it seemed pretty logical after doing, like, the crown stuff. I was like, it's right there, so why not give it a shot? And it kind of paid off.
I was one room off of where my prediction was.
He said vampire chest. That's a pretty good guess.
That was pretty close. I'm glad I had that fade charge, because Earth had quite a bit of hit points.
Okay, so let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about. What was up with that marsh cave?
Oh my gosh. Well, I knew spiders had, what was it, Blizzard or whatever, because when I went into Temple of Fiends, that was like the first thing that got cast on me, which kind of sucked. But yeah, I mean, lots of things had stun, or hit really hard, or had XXXX. I mean,
and
definitely trolly.
Then the vanilla wizards fight without any AoE.
Yeah, well, I had Quake, and I forgot that I had Quake. And then I was like, well, and then I went back and bought Rub, which ended up paying off. It looked like they're pretty weak to magic, so because I think I got 3 of them with Quake and 1 of them with Rub, because I ran into the 4.
Yeah, it was pretty thrilling. We saw Sforzando was ahead of you going in. You were both sort of on our streams the whole time, and he got the TNT and died on the way out at least 3 times. It was just ridiculous.
Ouch. Yeah, it was tough, like that seed or the marsh cave.
Well, your time is good enough for first, so however hard it was, you did as well as anybody else, and it looks like nobody is even in Earth, so you're going to put up a pretty good first score.
That's quite surprising. I'm really surprised that, like, Art's not done yet, or anybody else.
Oh, he was one of the last people to get out of Marsh with the TNT. We had him on the stream, and we cut him loose because he fell too far behind.
Oh, I'm always thinking that he's like, because Marsh is like his deal. So I'm surprised that he wasn't out first. But with the trolly nature of that Marsh cave, I totally understand how people just got stuck.
So, forward-looking question: if you race another one of these, another stage 3 race, are you going to do anything differently than you did this time?
Probably not. I mean, probably run the same party. I like having the thief just to run away. The white mage is essential, obviously, for exit, but exit was like level 8 or something, or 6. And then I like having the red mage just in case of like a good AoE spell, so it helps. And of course, the black belt is required.
All right, well, congratulations on your win one more time.
Well, thank you very much. I'm so glad like I got this out of the way. So I still have 0.01 chaos points.
At least you're not me, man. I only have like 3 chaos points still because of the 2 forfeits in stage 1 2 killed me.
Yeah, that stage 1 was definitely brutal. For sure. That definitely frustrated a lot of people. So so I'm assuming that everyone else has like the other 3 bracelets and they're just looking for Opal at this point.
Yeah, it's a race to find Opal.
Yeah, the floater was pretty easy for everybody to find, so most, at one point or other, kind of toured around all the cities and bought all their missing accoutrements, so everyone's just kind of hunting for that Opal bracelet. Did you go to Mermaids and see?
I didn't. I only did Volcano and Earth.
All right. Mermaids had everything, like, oh no, sorry, the Castle Corneria had everything Opal except the bracelet. It was pretty amazing.
I did go there, and that's all. I was like, really? Everything but the bracelet.
And the gold bracelet was right off the bat too, so we were remarking that it was just like, it's like the game knew.
Yeah, and it was really cheap. It was only like 5,000 gold anyways. So, that was really nice.
Yeah, price was not that bad in the shops either.
Yeah, and I ended up buying gold bracelets for everybody just for defense, just because things were hitting like super hard.
Yeah, this was one of the nastiest seeds I've seen in a while. Certainly the hardest one I've commented on.
Yeah. So, well, cool. I guess I'll just watch and we'll see who comes in second. So it'll be the person who goes to Earth, who dives to Earth. Which is funny because, you know, you figured it's pretty easy for low-level people to go through there, so that would be like a logical step. But we all know how this game likes to troll us and, you know, send us on our way. We did a practice last week, and Opal Bracelet was in Temple of Fiends Revisited right after the Phantom, the validation chests.
No kidding.
So I ended up forfeiting because I had to go to class. But I think whoever finished first, it took 2 hours and 45 minutes. So.
Oh, geez. No, it's curious, but I think the early floater kind of pushed people away from going to Earth and from going to ordeals because it's such an ordeal to walk there. And I think people went anywhere that they could just fly to and walk in, and that seems to be what happened.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Broadster's in the Earth Cave, so we might have a second place finisher here. Interesting.
Yeah, I am surprised that so many people forfeit this race.
Well, I mean, with the way it the wizards were, you know, were hitting hard and people were low level, it was really frustrating. Plus, like, just getting in and out of Marsh Cave was really difficult. So I totally understand why people didn't want to spend, like, you know, because I didn't get out till what, 30, 45 minutes in. So.
Yeah, if I was playing this casually and I got to those wizards, and yeah, I'd know about. But I have no competitive spirit. the slightest adversity, and I'm ready to fold it up.
Yeah. So, like, and also with you know, I mean, Sunsword was in Earth Cave. That was pretty nice. I'm glad I didn't have to, like, try to get out.
I'm just glad I didn't take this seed. Otherwise, I'll be like, I scoop.
Yeah, Broadster is about 3 rooms worth of chests away.
So, is there anybody? I don't know if anyone else is in Earth Cave.
Only one, yeah. Broadster's the only one right now.
I haven't been looking at the off-stream racers. I've just been trying to keep my eyes on. We had at one point 4 people in 4 different places that were all opening chests that we didn't know what was in them. So it was like madness.
Oh man.
Like I said, someone cued the Legends of the Hidden Temple freaking music for
Oh
this
my gosh.
race.
And he's around the final corner.
So it looks like we'll have our second place finisher.
I'm just glad that Gurims had slow tuned in the first half.
Nuke was level 2.
There it is.
There it is.
Roster. Just gotta do some equipment shuffling. Which one of these guys? is
Roster with
black
the
belt?
finish time of 1 hour and 30 minutes and 34 seconds of SRL time.
GG Broadster. We'll see if we can get him in for some chit chat. Broster's always good for a line.
Looks like he'll be typing in chat, "Girlfriend's asleep. We don't want him to die."
Fair enough.
Congratulations on your second place finish, Broadster. How about that Marsh Cave? So we're down to Artea, Edge Figaro, Ice Blue, Quicklet, Fuchsia, and Zelnop still in the race. 4 of them we're still following, and it's just Zelnop and Artea. That are not currently part of this stream.
I should have checked for Nuke. I guess Nuke was level 2.
Yeah, the
Oh.
magic was super trolly. Like, it really opened up and got nice and plentiful and cheap once you got to the rest of the cities.
Well, meanwhile, Edge Figaro is actually in ordeals.
I'm actually, well, I mean, there are a lot of chests, so I totally understand why. But I
GG
guess,
Brock.
And he gets past the zombie dragons with some nuke.
ooh, zombie dragons have blaze.
So they're the red D of the seed.
Looks like he's doing a little zombie D grind here.
But they have blaze. Why would you do that?
He's got
I
a
would-
bigger blaze.
I
That's
would,
true.
I would say, nope. I am not gonna risk it.
Yeah, he's out of there.
Yeah, I mean, the experience gain is so low. Because I think it's like 2.2x. Yeah, it's like round 1. So, Brock, how about that marsh cave?
Oh man, some pretty nasty wilderness out there. Edge Figaro ran into wyverns and T-Rexes. The encounter table was pretty bunchy, eh? I noticed people taking advantage of the long stretch in the marsh cave to try and get out of there without too many fights on the way out.
Lol. According to Broad on the question on Marsh Cave, he said puke Marsh Cave.
That's about right.
Yeah, it was The encounter table was like you had that first kind of long walk, and then like encounter. It's like, oh boy, I don't think I'm gonna manipulate this.
Oh, by the way, did you see what Tyro had before?
I did not. I didn't even hit the northern continent other than to get Oxyhale, which I think I may have had. I don't know. Actually, let me check. I still have.
By the way, Tyro's had Toxic.
Ooh. Something else had like poison. I'm trying to remember because I got hit by that. Maybe it was spiders.
I think it was spiders.
Edge is now clearing out Volcano.
Meanwhile, Fusion has to deal with 6 wizards.
It's gotta be a bit confusing in a race like this to see the dot-dones. Because it's not like a typical race where they just did an obvious task, you know, faster than you. Maybe they executed better, maybe they got better luck. In this place, they just simply guessed better place to look for the opal. So when you're this far in and you see those dot-dones from a while ago, you're like, where did I go wrong?
Yeah, generally, like, I see a dot done, and I'm like, okay, I obviously missed something, like, really easy. So I go check obvious spots once I see it. If, like, in a situation like this, like, oh, it must have been somewhere obvious. So not, like, ordeals or ice. I usually think, like, major caves, fiend caves.
Yeah, for stage 3, I say, like, it's not that bad to gamble everywhere you go.
And now Fuchsia's clearing out the Volcano.
Oh, Brat went to ordeals first? Was he just stuck there for a long time?
It said it took him an hour.
It's just one of those things where everybody seems to be going everywhere else. I mean, of course they are, but you would think with a number of people like this that people would spread out amongst all the possibilities. But no, they all have this sort of desire or this sort of innate programming to just bypass Earth.
It looks like ice is gonna not go to Earth. Oh, he's picking up the rod.
He's picking up the rods
That-
just in case he goes deep.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna head to Earth next.
He's gonna find out the hard way once he gets the opal.
Yeah, I definitely think people are gonna be like, "Dang it, Earth Cave!" Because Earth Cave trolled a lot of people in like, you know, round 1 where the floater ended up being in like Earth Cave.
And then stage 2, they probably got sick of the place because that was one of the few places you had to go.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I don't want to go to the Earth Cave. I totally understand that.
Yeah, psychology working against everybody here.
Yeah, that crown, finding that in Volcano was like, I should. It's a lot of free chests, so.
Yeah,
I can't believe he's showing that move.
Yeah, everybody in the chat was tripping over themselves to say you gotta go do the crown quest because it's so easy with the floater. You just dance around and then you get a bunch of chests. And I think like everybody that found the crown basically did it. It just didn't end up helping.
Looks like Edge Figaro was able to. Oh, he got exit. I was like level 8.
Yeah, we're
Oh
getting
wow. Roger explained why when he got the slab, he assumed people would go to water or air, so that's why he went to Earth first.
Oh. I mean, I got the slab translated, but I never went to Sky.
Yeah, a lot of people did actually head off to Leifin to check out the magic shop there too.
I mean, it makes sense, like, because the first 2 floors have a lot of chests that are pretty easily accessible.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to get there, though. You gotta walk all the way to Lathan, all the way back, and you gotta fly there. But yeah.
And I'm sure people are, like you said, tired of Earth Cave after round 2.
Well, it looks like Ice Blue's diving into it, so he'll probably be our next on-stream finisher.
Yeah.
Well, this seed proves that a white mage might be more viable than a black mage.
Well, I mean, with exit being a possibility, white mages are going to be probably, I'd say, a little more useful, unless like warp is really early. Because then, like, if you get something good like the Masa or a ribbon or something, you can just exit out and save. Because that would have saved me a lot of time, and it would have saved a lot of people a lot of time if they were, they had exit. They could exit out of things.
Yeah, that's kind of like whichever one of those is available is the one you wanted to have ahead of time, right? How can you know whether you're going to get an early exit or an early warp?
Yeah, with Fade being level 4, I mean, it was pretty. Of course, Nuke being level 2, but you had to go, finding it.
Oh man, I bet you Quicklook's gonna be disappointed once he finds out that Sky Castles is not the answer.
Sky Castle is quite large and vast and chock full of challenges and full of chests that are all off in different directions. It's like an advanced Earth.
At least we didn't have to go into Topher to get the Opal bracelet.
Yeah, we were joking about that. Like, a lot of people didn't even bother killing the fiends. They would just retreat out if they weren't sure they could. So, if it was in Topher, it would not have been pretty.
Oh, God. Yeah, because then people would have to grind and stuff.
Oh, it'll be more trolly if it was in Topher near Carrie.
Oh, man. Or the Masa chest.
We're not gonna pull a gyre here, okay?
Oh, man.
Now, my guess was crown locked in Marsh, or key locked, if you will. But alas, it was not.
Yeah, Edgeworth and I did a race. We did a scavenger hunt, and one of the items on our list required to finish was the flame sword, and it ended up being in the Masa chest.
Yeah, it's pretty much the full game then, whatever.
Yeah, we both full cleared the entire game, so it was kind of funny. Once we realized, like, oh man, we gotta go into Topher. It's kind of funny.
Fuchsia returns the crown to that kindly old king who turned out to be Astos all along, and swiftly put him to death, and will now complete the crown chest. And open up a bunch of chests that will not contain the opal bracelet. Ice Blue's got just a couple more rooms to go.
I'm gonna be honest, this stage is the best, in my opinion.
What I like about it from an observer's perspective is that everybody is in sort of an effective go mode pretty early on, and it can just be over instantly. So every treasure chest becomes exciting again, like the very first few times you played FFR.
Yeah, I think was it round 7, which is the useful thief. I think that'll be equally as fun.
Oh god, a useful thief? That's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough.
Well, I think it might be faster because they're not specifically looking for one item. And each, armor and weapon, there's 6. So you will do some searching, but I think it'll take far less time than it would, searching specifically for the opal bracelet. Because that's what everyone's doing this seed.
Yeah, in the development community for this game, we're actually working on a feature much like the Zelda Randomizer-inspired Triforce Hunt. We're sort of calling an orb shard hunt. It's in early days right now, but if this is the kind of thing that you're interested in participating in or helping shape the discussions about what the machinery of that would be, how exactly it would work, We love when people join us in the development channel and throw out their ideas or
And
volunteer to help
Ice
test
Blue's
stuff.
finished.
Yes. More importantly, Ice Blue is finished.
With the time of a total time of 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 46 seconds. GG to Ice Blue.
Good enough for third in a very brutal seed.
Cool. I will step out so Ice Blue can come in and do an interview. GG's everybody, and hopefully everybody that's remaining will finish. And we'll get to see the wacky rest of this.
Well, congratulations again, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And now we're down to 3. Fuchsia's checking out the Temple Fiends, quick glance at the ordeals, and for some odd reason, Figaro is going to, I don't know where he's going, and welcome Ice Blue, GG.
Hey.
Congratulations, good enough for third. An hour 44, only slightly behind Shofo Kamachi's first place time of 1:18, so pretty good score. How do you feel about that brutal seed?
I got out of Marsh at 48 minutes, or not 48. I got my canoe at 48 minutes, so I was out of there for like a long time. It's just I just chose everywhere to go except for Earth Cave.
Yeah, that was if you go back and watch, you'll see people just scattered everywhere, and it was pretty exciting for us to sort of track who was opening what. At first, it was mayhem, but it took forever for anyone to end up down in Earth Cave.
Yeah. It was a fun seed. I don't have anything else to say about that seed.
Nothing comes to mind at all, eh?
No. I mean, other than Thunderbones, Quad X Scums with Ice 2 as a secondary. Let's see.
Mandatory wizards with limited AoE options.
You only had Quake.
That's the one.
Let's see. Then you had Trance Wizards. What else was there? There was something else in Marsh Cave that was really terrible.
Spiders.
Spiders with poison. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it was a pretty tasty Marsh Cave. Lived up to its reputation.
Luckily, you avoided POP like crazy because that was bad too.
Nope, I tried to go grind there when I found Nuke, and got hit with a Lit 2.
No, I meant, did he run into any Tyros?
Oh no, I didn't run into any Tyros.
Tyros had poison.
It was pretty
Amazing.
spectacular. We thought, oh, what? Well, at least it's a break from the Lit 2, undead. Oh, no. It's poison dinosaurs.
And I'm still waiting for the seed to roll that has Nuke Tyro, so I can save it forever in my life.
That might
Right.
be me, man, because I've been rolling Tyro seeds with Nuke and Thunder.
Edge Figaro looks like he's trying to parallel park his aircraft, but I think he's also en route. We've now got 3 remaining runners, all in Earth Cave, so we're going to have some bang, bang, bang finishes pretty soon.
Oh, everybody's in Earth Cave?
Here comes Edge. I don't think there was much left for him to do.
Yep, all 4 runners are at Earthcape as we speak.
Good. I wish I'd have went there first. I got trolled by the Crown Quest, though.
Yeah, that was a common theme. You couldn't not do it. I mean, it unlocks so many chests. It's so easy with the floater that everybody kind of got sucked into that trap.
Like, why would you not go for quick chests?
Yeah, the nice thing about making that play is you know that everybody else is going to do that too. Like, you'd have to be crazy to just leave those all on the floor, I think.
Somebody actually kept the ruby heading out of marsh?
Oh man, do you know how many times you wiped in marsh? Because there was like some people that just had the most rotten luck. I think Sforzando like died after getting the TNT on the way out like 4 times.
I ran in, grabbed floater, and made an attempt to, you know, escape with that so I can save it, so I can just save steps on running down to the bottom. And then when I found out that TNT was in the wizard chests, I reset out again. And then I died after I killed wizards the first time. I died on the step right after the chest to Quad X and Ice 2. So there was that.
Yeah,
whoever got a white mage has Fade at level 4. That's not bad.
Yeah, we saw that get slung around a few times. That was sort of the can opener that a lot of people used that had white mages to get out of there. But it wasn't even so much the deadly wizard fight. Wow, that was also deadly. It was just getting there and getting back out with, like you said, all the scums, the spiders.
Yeah, it was definitely a seed.
And Artea just forfeited.
Amazing. Wonders never cease.
Where was he at? Because he's not on the... He's in Earth?
No kidding. Who isn't in Earth anymore? I mean, honestly. We're getting pretty close to a photo finish here. I'm imagining that all 4 of these runners, barring something surprising, Earth has been much tamer than everywhere else we've seen. We'll finish within just minutes of each other.
Marsh was just the harshest of all dungeons today.
So I asked Sho who came in first. I'm going to pose you the same question. Are you going to change anything about your approach for subsequent races in this stage?
No. I mean, maybe run 2 thieves, but no. Gonna stick to the 1 thief, 1 fighter, 1 mage composition, and probably just murder the black belt.
Poor Dan. He never had a chance. Looks like some wizards making their presence felt once more, but just as scary now as ever they were.
Oh no, quickly it's on the paralyzed city.
Yeah, he's a hurting unit. And Fuchsia's on the doorstep.
And Fuchsia finishes with the SRL time of 1 hour and 54 minutes.
GG Fuchsia. And Quicklet's got a black shirt in his back pocket, and it gets the job done. Hero Thief comes through in the clutch. He doesn't realize how clutch that is, but if he doesn't reset out here, we know that he's just a couple chests away from finishing this seed off.
I'm gonna step out. GG's, y'all.
Good night. Thanks for popping by.
Later, Ice Blue.
And a horde of specters and geists that he manages to get away from. He's one chest away now. Gotta get by
What?
the earth.
What do you expect from Inspector Geist Pack?
I expect to run. And he nukes the earth. So typical. And there it is. Ah, the sweet relief. Now, don't accidentally drop the copper. Little bit of inventory management. Doesn't have a silver bracelet. Oh, never mind. Or doesn't he? Oh, that's a shame.
Wait, who doesn't have a silver?
Quicklit. I don't know why, but he must have forgot about it. This is not something we had expected to happen, but that is going to cost him his place. Because before he can get one, he's going to find himself the last remaining contestant. I think. This is going to be pretty close. But he doesn't have any execution.
And GG to Edge Figaro with a SRL time of 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 14 seconds. GG Fuchsia.
Thanks.
How was your marsh cave?
It was not as bad as some of the marsh caves I've had in practice.
And Edge is done, and Zelnup done. And Quicklet just has to get the heck out of here.
Does Quicklet have the exit spell?
No, I don't believe so. And now he has to use his memory banks and figure out where the heck the silver bracelets are being sold. Must be the only person that didn't buy one right off the bat.
GG Edge Figaro.
GG.
Edge Figaro, how was that marsh cave for you?
I got out at 45, I want to say. I got out at 45, I want to say.
Yeah, not bad, actually. That was... The problem is that nobody had any idea where to go after that, right? So if you got lucky and went to Earth, you would have won right away, but nobody did that either.
Yeah, I don't know. I made some mistakes when I got out of Earth and I had the floater. I'm like, where do I go? And I turned in all the quest items and such, which seems like a waste of time. But I don't know. I'm just so used to doing that from Chaos Base Seeds that I don't know. I don't know if I'll practice these flags very much either.
Yeah, it's something that's just going to come and go. It's hard to gain much out of practicing for something so obscure, I suppose. Quicklet now with the final anticlimax as he scrambles around the world looking for who's selling the silver bracelets. And he doesn't remember, and neither do I, so he's going to go on a bit of a tour de force.
Silver's in
remember.
Gaia.
Yeah, Silver was in Gaia. And Quicklet just got finished in 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 34 seconds.
And that'll wrap up tonight's races. Looks like his feed is lagging, which should come as a surprise to nobody who's been watching it. Congratulations. And everybody who finished in less than double of Show's first place time, so everybody will trim their chaos point down by some amount.
Did Show do Earth like second or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he did fire, he did volcano first and Earth.
That's right.
Yeah, that's pretty much the route he went to.
Yeah, I beelined for the late game, so usually it works out. Not usually, but it has a higher chance of working out. But sometimes you lose.
Yeah, it's a tricky seed. I think that as the races go on, I think we're going to see a wider distribution of people trying different things. This time, it looked like a lot of people kind of went on similar paths. Although at one point we did have 4 runners in 4 different places, all opening chests we'd never seen before. And if it was the Opal, they would have won right then and there. So it was a pretty exciting race to watch. That's for sure.
And then in another part of the race, you saw 4 runners all in Marsh Cave dying over and over again to all of the wonderful things inside.
That was pretty much the first hour, give or take. And it was also pretty entertaining, but in a different way.
Thunderbones.
Quad X comes.
And
Did
then, like,
anyone make it through that was just running one mage of some flavor?
I don't know. I ran 2 mages.
Almost everybody we saw had a hat and something else. Whether that was a black or white seemed to be 50-50.
We're joined by Zelnop. GG, Zel.
Thank you, thank you.
How's that Marsh Cave, Zelnop?
That was probably the most unfriendly marsh cave I have ever seen in any randomizer.
It was pretty special. How do we feel about 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th all finishing between 154 and 159? That's pretty amazing.
I kind of feel pretty good about that. I was surprised when Artea forfeit, and I was surprised that Show finished as fast as he did.
Yeah, Show just kind of stumbled into Earth right after fire, and it worked out well for him.
Aha, very nice, yes.
Be glad that nothing was at TOFR.
Yeah, right, yes.
That would be a nightmare.
Well, we're all about out of entertainment. So let's pass around for final thoughts. Fuchsia, you want to go first?
No.
You want to go second?
My final thoughts is, well, I mean, I cleared pretty much most of the game. I did I did Sky, I did Ice Cave, Volcano, did the Crown Chest. So Earth was basically the last thing I had. I had Ordeals and the 3 Crown Lock chests in Marsh.
Let's just be glad it wasn't buried in Marsh or TOFR, right?
Oh, yeah.
Zalnop?
This is my first time ever running the round 3 flags. I didn't do any practice or anything other than that, so it's kind of interesting to see how it works. And I'm just hoping I might be able to do it a little bit faster next time. Hopefully the seed is a little bit nicer next time.
Yeah, this one's all about kind of balancing just diving for chests and not worrying about grinding for the bosses, because hopefully you don't have to fight them. So we'll see how people tune their strategy going forward, but we'll see what happens to the times. And of course,
I was kind of glad that I pieced out of Marsh Cave and went to go grind on the Peninsula Powder a little bit, because, you know, that was just too hard to not have Fade going in there.
Zelnop, did you see what the Tyros had when you were at Peninsula?
Did I see what Witch had?
Tyro.
Oh, Tyro? Yes, Tyro had the Toxic that insta-kills you. Yes, I did see that, yes.
You noticed that, did you? Yeah, it was pretty spectacular. There was death everywhere people turned at the start of this run. It made it pretty exciting.
Oh, the stakes had Toxic? I never saw it. I saw this. I thought the stakes were weak. I farmed them for experience. I never saw Toxic.
Oh, you lucked out.
Yeah, you lucked out.
It was glorious.
Tyro's had Toxic, and Zombles had Lit 2, which killed me a bunch of times too.
And Chitin, any final thoughts?
All I can say is prepare for craziness for this stage. This stage is gonna be completely nuts.
Yeah, the first race was pretty exciting, actually. People opening chests. The final scores don't tell the story of how exciting it was. At our feed, there was at one point a situation where any one of 4 people could have won with their next chest that they opened, and that was some edgier seat stuff as far as anything I've covered so far.
I have a question though. What was Show's party?
He had a black belt, a red mage, a fighter, and I believe a thief.
Oh, so it makes a lot more sense for him to do Earth with that kind of party.
Yeah, he had less AoE at the start, but it was a tankier party. So the next stage 3 race is scheduled for today at 10 o'clock in the evening Eastern time. So some hours from now. We don't currently have a restreamer for it, but you never know where it'll crop up. I'd like to thank everybody for participating and watching. It's been a great show. Follow our runners. Follow my fellow commentator Kaiten and our restreamer Edgeworth on the ball tonight, constantly bringing up feeds as the new one's completed. For everybody here in Final Fantasy Randomizer League, and on behalf of Randomania, our restreamer tonight, thanks for watching, and good night, everyone.
Night, everyone, and see you next stream.